So the third theme of the conference is around ongoing learning. And I think Nick spoke a bit to this. But obviously the benefits of this are to avoid repeating mistakes. And we hear from some quarters often that companies do the same thing, and a lot of them are not sharing, and so they're making the same kind of mistakes. So the one advantage is obviously to prevent that. Another one is to improve and enhance or refine various models. And this will feed into that partnership with government, because if we can share the learnings of what works and what doesn't work, there's a greater chance of influencing the expenditure of others. I think what often hampers this is a reluctance to share what's failed. So we hear a lot of success stories, but what we'd like to hear in some of the case studies that we're going to look at in the breakaways is where things haven't worked so well and why, because I think that's another important way of sharing those lessons. Again, as part of our corporate survey, we asked corporates how much they fund activities that promote this ongoing learning. So what you see in this chart is that 40%, which are the yellow bars, of the corporates that we surveyed said that they do fund networking programs, development research, and advocacy programs. But a surprisingly high, almost 60% of corporates said they specifically had a policy of not supporting some of those initiatives. And we just think that it's worth noting this because it is some of these initiatives that do lead to that ongoing learnership and that can enhance the partnerships and the collaboration that we've been speaking about. So moving on then to the final theme of the conference, which is around communicating CSI. Again, this is often used, and I think Sizwe called this the market approach to CSI, where it was run by corporate affairs and there's a disproportionate amount spent on communication. But what we're talking about here is, I mean, it does make sense to communicate CSI, and it does have corporate reputational benefits. But beyond that, it also facilitates the ongoing learning, which was the previous theme. And it also ensures buy-in from the various stakeholders, both internal and external. Again, in our survey, we asked corporates about how they communicate their CSI. And what this chart shows is what type of things corporates regularly communicate on their CSI programs. So the vast majority of corporates are communicating a description of their projects and what their various focus areas are. Over 60% are also communicating their outputs, which is an increase over previous years. So we've seen a good trend here in terms of transparency, but fewer formal impact assessments, and I think fewer, on what doesn't work. And that's something, as I said, that we would like to focus on. So in closing then, I hope this has set a bit of a scene for the conference, just in terms of the magnitude of the sector and some of the trends, as well as the themes that we'll be covering. And I just ask that all of you bear these 4 themes in mind. So partnerships and collaboration, strategic alignment, ongoing learning, and communication. And as you listen to the plenary sessions, and as you get involved and participate in the breakaways, if you can share insights that you have in those 4 areas and hopefully take them back with you to your places of work, whether those are the corporates or the nonprofits. Thank you.